know?
I,
Yeah.
I like the part where you mentioned discipline because if I'm not mistaken, I remember last time we had like me, you, and obviously my cousin Umar, like we had a call, and I think
Yeah.
you were talking about discipline on there as well.
Yes. I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like that's always going to be one of those things that where everyone is always trying to get better at discipline.
yeah,
I think I've gotten a lot better, but for me, I'm really good at discipline when it's something that I love to do. Like music. I'm able to sit down and I won't like get up until I have something, or I can see what it is that's in my mind, whether that's like in an audio or if that's, just a piece of paper writing everything down or a Google Docs. But discipline is really important. That's the only way you can take things to the next level. My goal for 2022 was to release my first Daisy song. And so I
okay,
know it's December, but I was like, I'm going to work hard. I'm going to push this out because I gave myself that goal and I don't want to let myself down. And then that took a lot of discipline to just,
okay.
I mean, making music is fun, but releasing music can be a little stressful.
I can see what you mean because yeah, I mean when you have that goal in mind, it's like of course it's daunting, but I think there's also like it makes you drive because if you didn't have that goal, you would just be
Hmm.
sitting there and not doing anything, right? So
Exactly.
it forces you to keep going, right, and to finish the job, right?
Definitely. Especially because like art and music is a pretty personal thing for the most part. I've released a couple projects before, but I never really promoted or marketed that much because I always had a very personal relationship with music. Um, and I was just, I put it out there and there was appreciation coming from a lot of different people. It's really for the people who find it, but this is the first song that I'm advocating and I'm saying, you guys should check this song out because I'm really proud of what I came up with. But it is stressful because it's just like you're a little anxious, like, oh, you worked so hard on this and then someone's going to just come tear it apart potentially, could be like, oh, this sucks or this is that.
Oh
But
yeah,
I'm not afraid of that. I'm really like open to criticism, but I also take a step back where I'm just like, I still remember that I'm doing this for myself first and foremost,
yeah.
and that makes me happy.
No, that's true. I mean, the thing is that no matter what you do, there's always going to be a backlash. So like you could be you do the best thing possible, like could
Mhm.
be perfect 100%, and there would
Right,
still be someone that says something about it, right?
of course, it has to be, yeah.
Yeah. So I think what you're right about you doing it for yourself. Yeah, for sure that is very important, right? But
Hmm.
also being aware that when you do release it, that the backlash obviously is there, right?
Hmm.
It doesn't matter what it is.
Exactly. And I'm still kind of processing this because it just released a few days ago, and now it's on all
Yeah.
platforms. Alhamdulillah, like just yesterday. But it's always an interesting experience. Like right before it's about to be released, so it was just like, oh, I'm about to let this go.
Yeah.
It's like it's my song. I've been holding on to it. I've been working on it, and now I'm finally about to put it out there. And it's a really interesting feeling. Um, I'm enjoying the process. I would say it's pretty fun.
I like that. I like that. So,
Mm,
and I did talk about this on my podcast with my cousin about the idea of perfectionism, right? And how
mm,
like if you're too perfect, you'll never move, right? Or you try to be too perfect, right?
exactly.
And you'll never accomplish anything.
Yeah, man. And I can kind of add on to that because like for me, I had a goal that I need to release this video on this day. I gave myself a deadline. That's another thing when it comes to discipline. You've got to give yourself deadlines. And I know a lot of people might view it and think like, oh, this guy tried his 100%, million percent best, and like this is what he made. But to be honest, for me, it was more just like I'm giving myself a deadline, and I'm going to submit it how it is. And I didn't, when it came to the song itself, the audio, I made sure it was as perfect as possible to me and to my producers. And I would share it to my friends and my family, and they were like, okay, yeah, this is ready to go. And then I was like, okay, final edits. The song is perfect. The video I released on YouTube is really cool because it takes place wherever the song was written. It was shot in Austin and in Katy. So these are the places that were really important to me during the creation of this song. So I was like, I went back there and I wanted to shoot it. Now this isn't the full music video. This is more like a visualizer type of video that I made to kind of go along with the song. And I know
Yeah.
it's not perfect. In fact, like I'm super grateful because like I wanted to release it at like midnight. and my video crashed and it wasn't working. And so my sister in 2 hours edited this video and she helped me like release it on time. And I was just like, I don't care. I need this video like tonight. And so me and her just sat there and we just kept like going back and forth with this and we're like, we got to release it by 12. And I know it could be better, but if I just kept waiting for perfection, it would just procrastinate and get delayed and delayed and delayed. And I wouldn't reach my goal. But alhamdulillah, like I released a song, and I kind of said, you know what, stop being perfect. Like, stop trying to be perfect. I had to tell myself because I am a bit of a perfectionist when it comes to my art. Because obviously, you want to make it good,
Yeah.
right? But I had to step back and be like, you know, it's not always about being perfect. It's about like, do you have the guts to release this? And that's all it came down to, you know. And I did, you know. And for me, it's a learning lesson. Once I released this video, I learned so much. It's a learning experience for me. Now I know what to do for the next ones, you know.
Yeah, what you said, I could definitely relate to it, like 100%. That idea of, trying to be too perfect, and then obviously action is better than just waiting around.
Hmm.
Because it's like life speeds on ahead, and you just keep waiting, and eventually nothing happens, right?
Right. Yeah,
So
exactly. And also, I had a lot of people keeping me accountable. Big thing with social media. I would post on social media like I'm about to release this song in a few days, and you know, then people are expecting me to release something. And then it came down to I'm releasing the song midnight today, and then thing crashed. I'm like, you know what? Am I gonna, be scared and not do it, or am I gonna like put something out there? And I'm really happy with what I came up with. It's not perfect, but it's amazing to me. And just that experience of my whole family at the house, and I'm just like, I need to release this by midnight. And then my family's looking at me like, what are you talking about? And then my sister, we're just cooking. So it was a really fun experience, like my first Daisy song. And it's like, I had friends and family, and it was like this really beautiful experience of everyone enjoying the process of me releasing the song. And I'm seeing it now, like I think 3 or 4 days, it's got like, close to, it's like about over 500 views already on YouTube, mashallah. So
well,
I'm really grateful. I'm really grateful, you know?
yeah, no, that's good to hear. I mean, I do like that idea of putting a deadline on something because it really does reinforce, for you to work harder. You know?
100%, yeah.
Yeah,
Because then like if you don't have this discipline or deadlines, then it's just like your passion will just stay an idea and it won't come
yeah,
into reality, you know?
yeah. No, that's so true. Yeah, it really will just stay an idea if you don't have a deadline. Very true.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many songs that I have that are demos,
Yeah,
so many songs, and I haven't released them yet because maybe I haven't put as much discipline in those songs that I did for this one. But that's just what's important to you, what is important for what is happening in your life. What you have to be a little strategic. What song should you release at in what order? It's all
yeah,
about that. So I focus. I'm like, you know what? If this whole year I don't release any song, if this whole year I don't want to release too many songs, I want to release one good song, and I released that, and I'm happy with it. So now you change your goals, you add more goals, and you keep going.
yeah.